Good afternoon, team. This is the members weekend video for Saturday the 18th. Um, okay, so the premise is going to be I'm going to go over the market, what I see in a very short, kind of like concise way, support and resistance levels that I'm looking at. I'm going to go over the current positions that I have, which are these right here, and then I'll show you what I'm in all of those. We'll go over the XSP, my trades on that, so you can see my levels that I have right now on those as far as short puts and so forth, and those trades, how great those have been working out that I've been mentioning to you guys on the WhatsApp posts. And then I'm going to go over, I sent you a watch list via the email. I'm going to try to go over every single one of those. It's about 100 and something of them, but I'm going to go over them really, really quick, really, really concise. And if you could pause the video and then see the levels that I'm talking about and so forth. But I'm going to try to go over them really, really quick as far as putting alerts on or even, buy orders if I see something really, really nice. I have not looked at them. The list that I'm sending you guys it's a filtered list of 3 to 4 different scans that I ran from different parameters and different criteria that I'm looking for, and then I filter them into like the best of those, and then I'm gonna run through those real quick to kind of get ideas, trade ideas, and potential profitable scenarios for next week and so forth. Monday there's no market. I was going to say Monday there's no school. There's no school either on Monday. Monday there's no market. President's Day. So we have a 3-day weekend for the market. So this video might be a little bit longer than normal. So you can put the work in and do your study. We have more time. And the only reason why it's a little bit longer is just because I'm gonna try to go over all the stocks on my watch list to kind of have a nice little inventory of alerts and trade ideas for the upcoming days and weeks. If anything, all you need is like 1 or 2 guys, 1 or 2, 3 or 4 things that actually work out, make you a good week, make it a good month. So you don't need like 20,000, transactions. You just need 1 or 2, 3 or 4 ones out of 100 that work out, that they actually, realize the setup, you can make good money. Or the XSP, what I do is, I trade that on probabilities and volume, and I'll go over that real quick. So the reason why I have this one on Ferg, because this is not, it's like a bonus one. I don't have this one, Ferg, Ferg. I don't have it in the list. I don't believe, because I was just going through different ideas and scans and whatever, and I came up with it. And I like it. It looks, it's kind of like going up. This is a nice little chart. It is not on a squeeze, okay? So it is not on a squeeze, but I like this where it had a little cup here, then it broke out of the cup. It came back to a 21, took off. It came back to almost a 21, took off, and it's kind of reverting back a little bit. So what I'm doing with this one is I have an alert here at 145.27 to kind of come back inside the 8 and the 21, and it has buy signals in the big 3. So this is pretty good. This is a good looking chart. So I'm a buyer at 145.27 if it pulls back, and I actually have an actual buy order, a buy stop order at the 148, I think 88 level, right here, 148.88, just below 150. Which if it breaks Thursday's high, and coincides with this trend line break to the top side, even though it's above the 8, I'm a buyer. Why? Because I like that light blue signal. It's coming back down a little bit because the market came back down again. But if you notice, it held the 8 pretty good. So I'm a buyer here. Within the 8 is going to be down my stop on this particular trade. So I just wanted to show you that I'm down. So if you want to take a look at this, Ferg, I'm a buyer at 148. Let me see. Actually, let me tell you right now where do I have trade? Sorry, Google working orders. Here we go. Ferg. I have a 140. Sorry, 149.87. 149.87 is my my entry on Ferg. right below 50. Okay, so I'm gonna stop below the 8. I have other open orders that I'm getting at. I'm gonna go over those, just a tester, on different um, stocks that I might be setting up. I'll go over the XSP and then the trades that I have in a little bit. So let's go over the market really quick. I know I have a lot of alerts and a lot of things, but if you notice, we kind of, I told you we were pinning here, we were pulling back to the 21. We actually broke it on Friday, but if you notice, look at this nice hammer candle. We broke it, and what did we come to? This nice little coincidence to the 34 and this 4042 61.8 retracement on the Fibonacci. So that worked out really good as far as like technical analysis, as far as an area that, okay, we know this 4040 level has some meaning and some support, and coincides with this. The next level I was going to be way down here at the 4,000 level. So we're looking for the market to kind of break above this 4080. And now what I was telling you guys before about that 4100 level, where it kind of held 3 days in a row, and then we broke it on Thursday, and then we're beneath it. Now 4100 becomes the ceiling. So now this becomes resistance. So we need to break 4100 to then go back and retest this 4200 level, where it was obviously major resistance back here. So that's why I was selling calls on the top side. That's kind of how we're looking here. We're still on a nice uptrend. We have a nice little choppy action sideways, which is good, great money opportunity, great money making opportunity for selling premium. But within the negativity of the 2 big down days, there's a positive with this retracement back to the 21 on Friday was very nice. The market's gonna open on Tuesday, so let's see if the 3-day weekend brings in buyers that are itching to get back in the market, and there might be some buying, and then we might have a little rally. Maybe we break above the 4100 level again. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Okay, so as far as my trades, okay, just to recap, the Google trade, that's the one that I was telling you guys that I have short puts. So 10, the March 90, I got 151. I'm a little bit of a drawdown right now. Overall, it's flat. I'm a little bit of a drawdown, but I'm nowhere in trouble, because Google right now is at 94. Okay, 94, and I have the 90, so I still got 4 points and 30 some odd days, 34 days to worry about it. So Google. Everything's broken down, but like I said, I have the 90. This area here, I'm thinking it's gonna be some kind of support level. This 92 is gonna be another area. So either way, I'm not opposed to owning Google at 90. If it goes that way, because it really is gonna be like 88, 50 my cost basis, because I received $1.50. So again, that's my Google trade. I just sold some premium to collect about $1,000 if it stays above 90 from here to March. Okay, that's the Google trade. It's about a 10% return. About $9,000 cost as far as margin requirement for making about $1,200 or so. All right, the Microsoft trade. Microsoft. Again, I saw some premium. Again, pulled back to a 21, held nicely. Let me see where am I at Microsoft. Microsoft, I bought the 250 call, 1785. I mentioned that. Flat, $12, no big deal. Overall, I'm positive on the stock itself. I'm just thinking this pullback it's temporary, and if we have a little bounce in the market, we should be able to get a rally. And then what I have here, if we do get a little bit of rally, I'm selling premium on Microsoft. Here it is. I have an order to sell the March 3rd 275 call to pick up another $155 to offset my cost basis here a little bit. So again, I have 62 days, 250. It's at 258, so I'm fine. The market's got a tank for me to take a little beating on this, and then if I do it, just stop out, no big deal. The next trade, okay, the Lennar, that's the one that's not working too well right now. But again, I have time. About the 100 May, so I have 90 days on this. Okay, I'm a little bit down on this trade overall, but again, I sold premium to offset, and I sold premium to offset. So I sold the 95, and it's trading at 99. So again, I still have time, and I still have a cushion. So I'm not in danger of violating 95 yet. I still have some more points. Obviously, it's got to go above 100 for me to make any money on the long call. And then I sold the 107, which this is already a roll. I had this. I had the 106 that I got about. I think it was like $85 on that. So that was offsetting against this. And then I rolled it, and then I made some more money, another $100 on this one. So that's what I'm going to keep on doing. If this stays flat or keeps going down, I'm just going to keep selling premium to offset these guys. I just keep selling premium here. And as long as it doesn't go below 95, that's also positive. And this is just paper. It's irrelevant because I have 95 and it's at 99. My main thing is it's got to go above 105, 106, 107, to then I can start seeing profits on this long call. Okay, but if it doesn't, I'll just stop out. No big deal. Okay, that's that trade. What's here? Google GFL. I'm a little bit down on this one. I've been buying on strength, and the market just been kind of coming back and not cooperating, which is it's fine. Again, I bought somewhere around here, and it did go up, but then it reversed back lower again. So now my ultimate line in the sand is back here at 30.58. And the reason why, let me see GFL, the reason why I kind of like picked that level is because if I go to this system over here, I'm looking at these support levels right here around that 50, on that 30, 60, that 30, 57 level, if you notice right here. So I'm kind of playing my ultimate line in the sand, these support levels from this system here, so which I've held in the past. So I'm hoping this is going to hold as well, and then give me higher prices a little bit later. But again, my line in the sand on GFL is 30.58. That's where I have my stop, which is right here. Where's my other trade? GFL. We talked about Microsoft. Okay, Docker. What I did was I'm a little bit up on that one. Nothing. And again, these are all just like pretty much flat. I sold originally 2 of the March 3rd 57 for 5 for 61 cents, and then the market tanked a little bit, and I was able to put some more premium on. I sold 2 more at 71 cents, and then the market made a bounce, and I got a little bit of profit on this already going on. So the trade here is basically 57 is somewhere around here. So as long as this stock does not go below over here, which it should give me some levels of support here, I'm gonna be okay. Just collect some premium on that. Let me see. On this one, it's kind of this, kind of the same scenario. If I go over here, where are my dots? My dots are 59. So I'm back here. I'm 57 around there where I sold, which is below the weekly buy signal. This is the weekly. The big blue dots are weekly. These are the daily, the small dots. So I'm at 57. So I have multiple levels of support that it's got to go through for this stock, for this trade to go majorly against me. So I'm good on that one. Docu warrant. This one I'm a little profitable. 1-3% on these guys warrant. Again, this was a trade that I saw kind of building a little squeeze. It's kind of going sideways a little bit. I picked it up here within 21. My stop is down here. Again, these are all based on my multiple different systems that I look at. Came back to support. If you notice, every single time it held It held every single time. You got a buy signal right here at 44, and this thing is sitting at 47. So this works. You got a pullback. You're a buyer at a pullback, and then this is a low risk entry. My stop is somewhere in the 45, 70 range. That's my stop. So this is working. This is working. I like the multiple system approach. That 45, 80 something level I mentioned is where my stop is. So hey, if it goes to like 48 or something like that, where's my cost basis on this? 46, 400, $500. That's not bad on this, nice little, 7, 8%, 10% trade return. ETNB, another one that I picked up here when it kind of gave me a little pullback to a 21. I'm a 21 buyer, guys. I'm a 21 buyer. I like that because it gives me a line in the sand. That's it. If this, then that. Above the line is good, below the line is bad. So I do have a trading stop here. Once it broke about the 8, I put a trading stop on this. So ETNB, same thing. If you notice here, it came back to support and the dots, and boom, it took off again. So my stop is somewhere around here. But then since I'm already very, very well profitable on this low price stock, I just have a trading stop just to kind of secure some profits. So if you notice, every time it comes back to the dots, takes off. Comes back to the dots, takes off. Comes back to the dots. Hopefully, it will take off a little more. So I like my multiple system approach, and then it coincides with my technical analysis and the 21 and so forth. So this was going pretty good. And the 3% return. Again, it's a $13 stock. I'm probably gonna, take some profit somewhere around here in the $14, 40 range, and then if it goes a little bit higher to the $15 range, I'm definitely taking more stocks along the way. So I like it. Momentum is picking up. So that's what I have here. Now on the XSP, this is my XXP trades. This is what I have on here. Let me show you. Okay, so I have, let's see, this one I'm not even kind of, this is, if you notice, they're all put. See, put. These are all puts. Why? Because I was posting on the chat. I closed all my calls out when in the morning when the market tanked about 50 points. I closed them all out for like 90% profit. So those are all profitable. These all used to be iron condors. I used to have the put and the call on the same one. So I took profits on the top side, 90% of all those. So I have an open, nice profit on what's remaining. Been doing pretty good for the year on this, which is, a month and 18 days. It's not that bad for, less than 2 months. So these calls here, they expired on Tuesday. This is what's left because I already closed the put side on this. So I just have 12 cents, $120 here, which is right here, $120, 100%. This is going to be 100% profit because it's got a mark at 0 already. So as long as the market doesn't go to 422, we're at 407. We're at 407, 408. 422 is my danger zone by Tuesday. As long as we don't go by 422 on Tuesday, this 120 will be realized 100%. I'm not even going to close this out. I'm just going to let it expire worthless and just pick up my 120 and go home. Now, on the put side, if you notice, my delta is pretty safe too. I only have about a 660 delta. I usually, that 1500, it's kind of like my within 1500 delta is my safe zone. I've actually narrowed that down mentally to like 1250. Anything above 1250, I kind of start managing it more aggressively already. I'm not even letting it get to the 1500. Just be more frugal and more proactive. Either negative 1250 or positive 1250. I'm positive 660 right now. So if the market has a little bit of a bounce, I'm gonna pick up some nice profit. If it goes a little bit lower, well, my cushion, it's pretty nice because we're at 408 and I got 398, 399, 396, 394, 397, 391, 97, 97, 94, and 94. These are all expiring, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the following Monday, the following Monday, the following Monday, and so forth. So as long as the market stays within 4,000 and higher, 40,000, 4,000 on the S&P, 400 and higher on the XSP, these are all going to be profitable. There's no danger. So I'm pretty comfortable in these, and they're all profitable already. If you notice, my cost was 81. This is 11. This is 11 cents. Not my cost. I sold it at 81, and now I could buy it back at 11. I sold it at 41. I could buy it back at 15. I sold it at 71. I could buy it back at 14. I sold it at 41. I could buy it back at 16. I sold it at 86. I could buy it back at 33. Sold it at 41. I could buy it back at 15. These are all 10 contracts, so it's 100, basically 100. So I got $810. I could buy it back at 110. I could make $700, which is right here. My profit $695 so far. This one sold it at 107. It's at 58 cents. This vertical sold it at 98. It's at 58. This vertical sold it at 127. It's at 72. This vertical sold it at 124. It's at 72. So these are all well. Here it is. It's, the open. These guys right here is the equivalent of my open profits for. If I close them all out right now, it's a realized gain of $4,600, which is encompassing already of this year to date. So if the market goes up a little bit, then all these numbers here, all these numbers here on the buyback are going to go even lower. So this is going to go up a little bit more. That's basically it. And I usually, have about half my account size, so it's about a 34% return. My margin requirement to maintain 100 contracts, it's about $100,000. So it's about a 34% return on my not my risk, because my risk is it's different, because I can adjust and move things around, but basically my utilization of capital, it's about a 34% return so far year to date, which is not a bad start to the year. Thank God, been blessed. Let me see here. So that's what I do with the XSP, guys. So when I post those on there, this is what I'm doing. I'm selling, on a particular level based on what I see on the chart. If I'm seeing things move around, like for example, let me see. When I look, I go to lower time frame, let's say a 30-minute. So like when we were back here, when we broke this gap down. So if you notice, gaps, this gap will get filled eventually at 408, 409. So this is a good sign that we might go up a little bit more in the near future, because this gap right here will get filled. We have a gap here that will get filled. So when we gapped down on Friday, and we went way below the even before that, even on Thursday, when we hit the 2 ATR, this green one is 2. This is like the median, the 21, right? There's 1 ATR, 2 ATR, 2 ATR, 3 ATR, 3 ATR. So when we hit the 2 ATR here, and I saw the bounce back up again, boom, I was selling premium over here. When we went up here to almost beyond, and we didn't get above, if you notice, where did we get to on Thursday? Right here, where we had some prior resistance, and we didn't even get above that 415 level. We started going down. I was selling up here. The 417, 418, 420s. We went down. I took profits on those guys, and then once we hit the 3 ATR here on Friday, and I saw this. This is very important, guys. I'm not just just doing things blindly. There's a thought process and a technical analysis behind it, and the probabilities behind it. I saw this gap down, right? So now I'm waiting for this to stop going lower. How do I know it stops going lower? Because it starts going higher, right? So when the red became yellow, and I saw this little congestion of these prices right here at 405, 44, which is that 40-40 range on the S&P, kind of hold. Oh man, I was licking my lips here, like this is nice. When I saw this nice little bar here, I was selling here, which is, I'll get to it. Wait, which is these guys right here. All these guys right here were being initiated when I saw all these guys right here were being initiated when I saw that, when I saw this right here happen. Okay, this extreme levels were being now absorbed, and then we started going higher. From here to here, that's that $4,000 you gotta see there of profits, because I sold here, and then we went from 405 to almost 408. Where we're here 407, 91. That is this, right? Because when I sold my trade prices over here at that lower level, and then we bounced those 2 or 3 points higher, then these premiums right here, got sucked out. From 127, it went to 72. Okay, that's $445, and so forth. So that's why I was saying, like, 1 or 2 point moves on the which is 10 to 20 point move on the S&P, which is 1 or 2 point move on the XSP. It's very valuable. It makes you pretty decent money, and you do that day in, day out, week in, week out. You can make a decent living, which is basically what I'm trying to do. Just being risk management. That's very important. Risk management. I'm not just this big bar down, boom. I'm not jumping and selling. I'm waiting to see this stop. Okay, where did I see it? When this right here got in this congestion, it stopped going lower. So it stopped going lower. That means that I could sell here because it stopped going lower. And when it starts going higher, I could sell even some more and then start taking profits over here. Now, if we continue higher and we get up to this level right here, this level right here is going to be important too, that 410 level. If we hit 410, 411, 412, somewhere around here, there's 415, 412, 411, 412. If we get to this level here and I see us kind of do something like this where we kind of stagnate, I am going to start selling like crazy, the 420, 416, 417 levels, because this is going to be, if I see this push down again, then I start recovering these guys, making these profitable, and then I start starting up here. And any little pullback, 20, 30 points on the S&P, even intraday, then these guys will become profitable. I'll take profits on those, wash, rinse, repeat. You get the point. I digress. So, but I think we're gonna go higher in the near future because we got this gap to fill. We're right here, right? We got to go to right here, that 4950 level. So somewhere this, which is another 20, 30 points. So we might get a 20, 30 point rally somehow on Tuesday. You might get up here and then come back down again, or maybe can continue, but there will be a little rally. So I'm going to wait for this little gap to fill and start taking profits on those guys that I showed you in the XSP, to get a 75, 80% max profit on those. All right, so that's the trades on that. That's the trades that I currently have on. And the ones that I'm about to be putting on are going to be these. So I'm going to go through as quickly as possible my list. And again, you can stop the video at your own time frame, whatever, to see what I'm looking at. But I haven't seen any of these. Some of them I have seen that from before, because there might be on the same scans as before. So let me go back to my regular chart pattern here. All right, so here we go. Look at the first one here. NUE. I'm in a 15 minute. Let me go to the daily. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through all these real quick. I'm going to put an alert where I'm a buyer, or I'm gonna put a buy order where I'll be a willing buyer if it hits that price. Simple as that. That's it. Or I'm gonna put an alert if to alert me. So I'm basically just gonna be going through it, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna pass and just continue. And if I like it, I'm gonna put an alert. And if I really, really like it, I'm actually gonna put a buy order at a particular price that if it hits, I am 100% in. Okay, simple as that. Knew it. I'm nothing. I'm just gonna. I need the 21 to be my friend here. So next, this one, see, I already gone through this one. I put an alert here at 111H. So that's already done. This move, I like how it pinned right there, but you don't want to buy this extended, or maybe if it goes above 73.90, and then my stop is 70. You know what? Where's the high here? The high here is 74.01. Look at that, 74.01, 70. So 74.08. I will be a buyer. I'm gonna put a buy stop order, buy stop limit. No more than 16 stop limit. Just I'm only gonna do it for 100 shares, just to kind of like start me off, and then if it goes with me, then I might add, and if it goes under, I might be a buyer here as well. So, all right, next one. Don't like it. Why I don't like it? Look at this. I'm getting a negative momentum. Okay, negative momentum. I need to have as many positive things on my side as possible as I possibly can. So even though I have a buy signal on my big three, I got a big three buy signal. Why? Because it pinned and it came back up at 21. I still want to see this go positive. So I wouldn't be a buyer here. I would be a buyer if it goes above, today, Friday's high, but then I have one right here. So they're just like two. I rather have a better entry in this. So I'm gonna pass 100% together on this. So I want something that's a little cleaner. Again, I have an alert here. I might be a buyer 84.13. I do have buy signals. Oh, here we go. That's why, because they declared. This is perfect. So usually when you have a dividend, you go down a little bit. I'm gonna put an alert here. I'm gonna take a look at it, and I might consider a buyer on either side here. Apple, I've made money in this before. I'm pretty good with it. It's just been going sideways. I'm gonna raise my my alert here. If I might be a buyer if it comes back near 21 with a it's just below 70 stop. This one, I'm gonna raise my alert to some more closer to the 21. I'm not doing anything with it right now. This one is to extend it. I need it to come down a little bit. So, this is all over the place. Just pass. This could be a nice buy somewhere right here. 83.24, 83. It's a little bit points higher. My stop will be somewhere in 82. It's about a point. So I'm gonna put an alert here, and then I'm gonna see how the market overall is, and I might be a buyer there. SNA 240. I'm gonna put an alert somewhere around here, right at 250. Okay. This one, I like it. See how I came back to its levels here. I need to pull back to the 21. So right there. Builder. Need to pull back to the 21. Okay, next. This is one that I had. We made some good money on it. I'm gonna put in a little trend line right here. If it crosses that trend line, I might consider looking at it again. I'm already out of the stock. It stopped me out for a very small minimal profit. I'm gonna put an alert here again. If we somehow during the week comes back down and touches the 21, I'm a buyer with a stop just below 59. Okay, this one I got an alert at 111, so it's kind of going sideways. I like this little congestion right here. I like that. I can go either direction. So I'm a buyer here. I'm stopping right below a 21, and if it takes off, it's got a 2 ATR, so it's gonna move pretty nicely. If it does move in our favor, this is too extended. So I need a retracement to a 21. Same thing here, too extended. this one, again, this was something that I've looked at before. So I see this trend line. I'm not a buyer here because my stop will be somewhere down here. It's like 4 or 5 points away, and I don't want to be a buyer at at 130 because I'm just leaving it alone. I have an alert at the 128 because this is kind of a level where it touched before multiple times in this area. So I might be a buyer of 128 something with a 127 high as my stop, and it's a very low risk entry if it ever gets to that point. This one I need this to retrace back a little bit more for me to be interested. Let me see what else we have here. Here we go. Okay, this one. This is nice. Look at this. Look at this. This is hammer, boom, hammer. Hopefully, boom. But let me see, 94, 90. Yeah, you know what? I might be a buyer. Let me be a buyer right here, 94.40. I'm gonna be a buyer at 94.41. 94.41. Stop limit with no more than 94.46. So I'm a buyer in this range right here. And where's my stop? Somewhere. I'm not gonna let it go that far down. I'm not gonna risk $300 for this, even though this can go a little bit higher because it moves 3 points in a day on average. So, but if I get filled at 94, 40 something, I'm gonna be stopped out at the low of Thursday, and below where it closed on Friday. So 93.58 will be a stop. So I'm probably risking $100, basically somewhere around there, $90. I'm risking $90 to potentially make if we get a run to 100, 600. So 5 to 1, around there. Okay, ACLS. This is like way down here. When I was looking at this and it broke out somewhere in the 80s and 90s and 121. That was a great trade. This is like the squeeze right here, and boom. This is an incredible high. These things just work. You got to catch them though. All right, so I'm going to put an alert right there at the 21. And just as a trailer, I'm going to put an alert back here. Somewhere right here. This right here. All right, so I'll buy a 117 of this stock for sure because my stop is at 115, 116, somewhere around there. This had a nice little run. It's healthy to retrace back and then boom, take off again. Just like here, it took off. It kind of it didn't even rest, it just took off. It rested to the 8, took off, rested to the 8, took off, rested to the 8. The market was bad. It kind of came down a little bit, so I wanted to go a little bit lower. So my stop is at 21. Next one. This pinned beautifully right here at the 34. So if you notice, I already have a stop in this one, a stop buy. If it breaks above Friday's high, I'm a buyer, and then my stop is below the 8 if it doesn't if it breaks down again. But I like this hammer action right here. Last time we had this little hammer candles, it took off nicely. That's MTH there. This one took off. I was looking at it back here at 37, at 44, so definitely missed that one. I'm gonna put an alert right here at 43, and I'll have nice buy signals in the big 3, freshly buy signals in the big 3. This will be a nice one, but we have earnings coming in on March 2nd, so I gotta be quick with this one. So if it pulls back to 43.65, I'm a buyer. I'm stopping out of just below 43. I'm probably risking like $120. I'll buy 200 shares. I'm risking $200 to potentially somewhere in the 40, 47 range to make 600. About 3 to 1 kind of ratio. Here we go. This one, I don't like this retracement back. It gave it all back. It's firing red. I'm not even touching this, but just to be safe, if it does start breaking out, it's gotta kind of come around to the cup and go around. I'm gonna have an early entry. If it comes back above here, I'll kind of like come back outside. I do have a buy signal on the big 3, so it might be reversing, and I do have an early buy signal right here on the breakout. So this could be positive, and you know, so if I mean it ended up in the high of the day, it ended up positive in the day. So this comes back around. It's got to clear this kind of like these overhead, this little short-term overhead, and then my stop will be. Let me clean this up. You know, if I'm a buyer at 31.87, let's say, my stop is like 31.12 around there. I'm risking $60, $120 for buying 200 shares to potentially make 1,000. So because this can go. Let me see here. Yeah, this can go back to 36, 37, 38 range. If you're a buyer at 30, let's say 32 to 36, 37, you're looking at $500. You buy 200 shares, $1,000. You're risking about $120 to make 1,000. That's not a bad trade-off. Okay, next. Again, the same kind of concept. It's kind of consolidating a little bit. Yeah, it's got to kind of break above here for me to take a look at it, even though above the 8. But this is like too much. There's too much space here. There's way too much space here. I do have buy signals, but I'm also going to put an alert. I'm a buyer on either side here, or at least think it's a level of interest. Let me just put it that way. Next one. I don't like this action here. I don't like this action. I'm not doing anything with this. All right, so that's one set of scans. Let me keep on going here. I have alerts there. I'm a buyer up here in this one. This one, it's gonna take off and put an alert right here, 8138. Okay, this one, I'm gonna take a look at it. I have an alert right here, 111. New one we take a look at, NUS. Don't like that. I'm not touching that. Target. Yeah, buyer. I'm a buyer 3 points lower here. Why? Because my my stop will be somewhere around here. Once I'm risking about $1 to potentially make 8 or 9. Another entry will be right here. If it breaks above it, I'm gonna take a look at it as well. Okay, this one, I'm getting sell signals. It's a little bit, momentum is going down. It's kind of losing steam. Zillow, yeah. I have Lennar, so the home market is covered for me. This is going sideways. AMAT, for the earnings. It's not clean. I want it to be clean. This is not bad. Umbrella. Umbrella. Okay, right here. 21. So my stop will be right beneath it. So see how it's pinned the 21 kind of it's been holding. Look at this. So if it doesn't, then I know because I'll break it. So I'm risking like $50. So I'll buy 100 shares. I'm risking 50 to potentially make $300 to $400. I think Apple. We looked at it. This one, ooh, I like it. It's consolidating the 21. I'm looking at it right here. And I'm looking at it right there above yesterday's high. So it's a level of interest on both sides. A breakout or a pullback. This was nice too. I'm looking at 600 way up here, 5 points. I'm a buyer at 594. Why? Because I'm a seller at 592. BA. I like this little pin action here on Boeing. This is way down here. When I was looking at it on 190, it's like took off already. So I'm gonna put another alert right here at 207, and then I'm gonna put another alert if it kind of breaks out at 212, because if it does break out 212, then my stop is like 210, risking 2 points to potentially make 7 or 8. Okay, I like it. It's in a squeeze. This isn't a squeeze. So you know what? This moves 5 points in a day, so you got to give it some cushion. I'm not gonna put an actual order in yet. I'm gonna look at it depending on how the market is behaving. Too much going on here, Best Buy. I'm not interested. BL, nah, it's falling apart. BMO, interesting. back in Montreal. It's a bank. Yeah, not too sexy. I'm moving on. Boot. Uh, it's got a 1 day squeeze here. It's coming in at 21. It's kind of holding a little bit. You know what? Yeah, let me put an alert here. If it breaks Friday's high, and then my stop will be somewhere around here, 79. So I might risk, a couple dollars to potentially make 5 or 6. I'll see. Another thing I'm gonna do here, put a trend line here. If it breaks that trend line, then for sure, I want to get in because it's a trend line break to the upside. Then where's your stops out? Well, if it breaks below the breakout, it's very clean. This is a big bar. This is too much. This is too much. 5% stop in the day. Even though it pinned at 34 and it came back up again, I'll have to be a buyer at 62, and then what's my stop way down here? I'm not interested in this. Keep on going. This one pin again. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, all over the place. No, too many red bars. Way below 21. Not interested. Way below 21. Not interested. Nah, too many big bars. I like smaller bars. Less volatility for me to get in. Have a clear stop. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 or 4 more of these, and then it looks like this is kind of like a bottom of the barrel kind of thing. But now, not interested. EVR. I think we looked at it already. Yeah. Let me look at one more. Not interested. All right. Let me look at the other ones that are like the actual ELF, guys. ELF. We were looking at it back here. Remember in the 50s and in the 73. This is a great trade. I made you guys money on this big time. We traded this. We traded this. Look at this. It came to this level, hit it, and once it broke it with some power. This is awesome. So I'm definitely a buyer of ELF at 67, 65 if it comes back down to a 21, which will kind of coincide with this support level right here. But this is a big winner for us. Over here, red bars, don't like it. This one, red bars, not interested. This nice little pin action. I think we covered this one already. Yep, yeah. Okay, ASCL. Okay, we covered that already. I have an alert there. Okay, this one I wanted to come back inside the 8. It's way too extended from the 21 right now. Okay, this one way too extended. Oh, perfect. This will be perfect back here in the low 82 range. If it kind of comes back it could easily come back down 5 points. This is a semiconductor, so it's gonna move drastically. This little breakout right here. If you were buying in 21 right here in the $70 range, you would have been a seller somewhere around here in the $8 range. That would have been a nice winner. Okay, this one. I'm very interested. Even though I got a buy signal here, but it moves too much. Kind of like it's kind of not interested. Not interested. I think we saw this one already. AXP, American Express. Okay, I want to pull back a little bit more. Pull back. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna be getting probably let's say 40 alerts sometime next week. I'll take 3 or 4 trades on those. You gotta look at the variables at that moment in time. These alerts are gonna be for like, okay, these are prices, these are levels of interest for me. So if I get an alert, I'm gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna assess how the market is doing, how the overall stock is doing, relative to itself from prior. If it comes back in a steep fashion, if it pulls back in an orderly fashion, if the market is selling off, if the market is kind of like at a 3 ATR low level and it's looking for a bounce, and I'm getting an entry near the 21 or on a quality stock, then I'm a buyer. And so there's a lot of variables to actually pull the trigger, but that's part of the trading analysis. You gotta put the work in and have these alerts on. So if prices trigger, these are your assistants. They'll let you know, hey, look at me, see what's going on here. And I said, you know what? There's a nice little base here too. This is a nice little base here too. So somewhere around here, 61.93 is the high, 61.13 is not too far away. So you know what? You know what? Let me do. I don't know why I did that. Let me. Well, it's got earnings coming up too. When? It's got earnings on the 3/2. Got a couple weeks. You know what? I am a buyer. I'm a buyer of 61, 68, 68 to 76. I'm gonna buy some shares here because if it breaks out this little base, it can kind of like take off a little bit. And where am I stopping out? I'm stopping out at 60, 60.38. So, less than $1 risk to potentially have a little breakout of, this moves 1.6. So let's say 3 points. So yeah, 3-1. Okay. But I'm also a buyer if it comes back inside here at 21 in the $59 range. I'm also a buyer. Nah, the bars are too big. Don't like it. RCL. I was looking. See, this is the cup right here. I was waiting for that cup to break out. It gave me the alert. I was looking for the pullback. I never got it because it took off. So now I'm gonna put it right here. Actually, not there. I'm gonna put it right there. The reason why I put it a little bit higher than this is because these lines are dynamic. They're gonna move. So as time passes and the stock keeps going higher and lower, this is gonna continue rising. So by the time it hits it, it might be kind of somewhere near there. Again, these are not buy alerts. These are like look at me alerts, price of interest, and then assess at that moment in time. Okay, this is like took off, it's extended. I'm not doing anything with this. CLH. Look at this, guys. What a nice trade that would have been. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this squeeze. Squeeze triggered right there. That day. Say you were a buyer somewhere. You were in the squeeze right here, right? You were a buyer somewhere right here in the 180. Let's say 120. It's a 134. Look at this. It never got you out. It never got you out. That would have been a great trade. You gotta catch these. I'm talking to myself. You gotta catch these. So I'm gonna put an alert here. I got the beginning of a squeeze, okay, on the Pro. I got 2-day squeeze on the Pro. So if this pulls back a little bit, somewhere in the 132 range, I got 3 or 4 more days. I do have earnings coming up, so that's also going to be a catalyst probably to make it go higher. So you gotta see. I don't want to buy too close to earnings either. Okay, let's keep going. This is a nice little big cup here. Handle, boom, took off. Let it come back. Avis car, I'm not gonna deal with that Avis. We made money on CPA. We made money in the lower 80s, 90s, and look where it's at. So I'm gonna put an alert right here at 92. Even though it moves a lot, it kind of stops you out. I'm gonna give it one last shot here for a shot at 100. We looked at Apple, Eco. I'm gonna put an alert right there. This one is this moves a lot. This nice pin right at the 8. I'm not gonna worry about that. I need this overhead resistance over here. I need it to go a little bit higher. TS, I got this line here at 380. So even though it's still a whole bunch of points away, it's a big moving stock. It moves 7 points in a day. You gotta if you buy 100 shares, you're risking $800, $900 to potentially make 1,200. Yeah, but still. Don't like this big bar. Don't like that. Plus, energy is not an industry that's kind of hot right now, so I'm not touching that. Crocs, we make really good money on Crocs, guys. We made really good money on Crocs on multiple levels. I'm buying it long and I'm selling premium on the earnings announcement. I was up here at 145 and down here at 95 and never really breached that, so I went over that with you guys. It was like a 2K, gain in one day, just in that move alone. So I am not a buyer here. It's just too extended. I need to come back down a little bit to the 120 range. Okay, what else? Let me see if we can go through real quick through some of these more. Boom. Okay, we covered most of these already. LVR. I don't like that one. Avco, yeah, covered it. Don't like that one. Even the pin right there, the 34. This one, red bars. Don't like red bars. I don't buy the red. We looked at that already. This one, don't like it. Too much of a steep pullback. This one, ITB, it's a trust. I'm moving on. TCBY, it's kind of consolidating. Yeah. It's a bank. I'm not interested in banks. I've seen better. This one is got a break about that. These iShares again, have an alert right there. See what else we got here. This is not, the home builder. I already have put an alert here just kind of like to give me an idea if home builders are breaking out. Lennar's gonna be a winner for me. This one, I like this big blue bar. I was looking at this back in the 35 range. 39. I wanted to break above here. 40. Okay, this one, I'm trying to go faster, guys. I was looking at this back here. See this little cup? See this little cup right here? I wanted to break about these levels here. I wanted to broke it. I would have been a buyer at 158. It's at 172, guys. It never, or I would have got, let's say it would have gotten me out somewhere here in the 170 range. Still, that would have been a 16-point move. Let me put it here. Right at 170, around there. And I'm going to stop out at 168. Okay, HLT. Ooh, beautiful. Look at this. Pinned to 21 beautifully. It's awesome. Your stop is 144. Your entry is 147. Or you could buy it again at 145. So I'm gonna put alerts on both sides. Somewhere here, and see this little gap. That gap's gonna have to fill. So you might want to partake in that gap fill. Okay, right there. I got it covered on both sides. Let's go a little faster here. Ooh, this is nice consolidation. I'm a buyer here. Definitely a buyer here. Buyer 96. Not trail stop, sorry. Stop limit. Here, I'll give myself 10 cents. Okay, so if it breaks out this little consolidation, boom, I'm a buyer. And my stop is right below the 8. Or if it comes back inside near the 21 again during the day, I'm also a buyer at 91.71. I'll take that as well because my stop will be 91.28. So I'll risk $50 there on that side, and I'll risk I'll risk about $70 total. I'm risking $70 on the breakout, and I'm risking $50 on the pullback to potential 2 or 3 point move, which will be 300, 400. So I'm risking it's a 3-to-1 profile, which is again perfect. That's what you're looking for. You want at least a minimum of 2-to-1, ideally 3-to-1, 5-to-1, and the greater the better. So this has the potential of what? Let's see. This can go to 94. If I'm a buyer at 93, it's at least 100 points right there where I could raise my stop and be able to break even trade. 95, that's 300. So I'm risking 7 to make 300 at the low end. And if it goes to 97 at the ideal target, that's going to be a nice trade. And then if you do get the $100 run, we're going to be up here. That's going to be a nice, even more of a winner. So I like it. Oh, there it is. I'm buying it on either side. Okay, SMH, semiconductors. I'm not looking into that right now. VB, ooh, nice. 21 held, boom. 21 held, nice hammer. So I'm a buyer here. So I'm going to have an alert here. And I want to test it out here. Because I'm going to be a stop out at, let's say, 201. and I'm a buyer at 203. So I'm gonna probably risk about 100 and some odd dollars to potentially make, you know, 3 or 4. It's got a 3 point Vanguard small cap. You know, what's the high of the day here? High of the day is 202.99. So 203.06. 203.06. I'm a buyer. I'm gonna buy a little bit less than 100 shares. This is a big ticket. 203.06. Stop limit to 203. 26 is a big ticket stock. You want to give it a little bit of room. So I'm a buyer. And where I'm stopping out right there. I'm stopping out at 202.18. Nah, let's say 201.88. I'll be stopping out at 201.88 if I get filled. Or I might look at it at 201 and then stop out below 201 on the pullback to the 21. So I'm buying the breakout, and I'm probably going to be getting an alert, and I'm buying the pullback. So you know what? Let me just go ahead and put the order in. I'm buying 201.19. Yeah, I'll buy 100 shares at 201.19 because I'm stopping out at 268. So I'm risking like $50 to potentially make 700 or somewhere around there. The water. Okay, longer video than I thought, but I hope this is instructive, and I hope you guys are learning of what the thought process is in all this. Don't like it, even though it's a hammer candle, it's below a 21. It's a red candle. I'm getting a red momentum. I'm not even gonna look at this, but I am gonna put an alert just to give me information in the market if we're moving higher or if we're not. So XLK, it's pitting the 21 beautifully. It's an ETF on the technology sector. I'm gonna put an alert here just to let me know that the market is overall technology-wise moving higher. Next, nice consolidation. I like this little boom. It's consolidating nicely here. I have a 1-day squeeze. I want a little bit more, so I might be a buyer at 172. And if it breaks out, I want to get an alert. Okay. So that's that. This one, nice. Same thing, a little consolidation here. So I'm gonna put a little. I'll put it here. And I'm gonna put it here. I'll get alerted. Okay, keep going. Below 21, not interested. Below 21, big bar, don't like it. Too much gappy, too much option there. I'm not interested. This is nice. It's kind of above previous breakout level. See how I kind of broke out of this little cup, came back inside. Another little cup, broke out again, came back inside. It's got earnings coming up. Squeeze already fired. You have to be a buyer somewhere here at Dix. We made money on this, remember, guys? So I don't know. I'm not even alone. I got too many other things going on. All the stocks that are looking a little bit better. I like it. Oh, this one's nice. Nice pin action. I'm gonna get an alert here. I'm gonna get an alert here. Okay, a few more, guys. A few more. Okay, nice pin action again on this one too. Mid cap. Same concept. I'm gonna get an alert here. I want to get an alert here. There's a lot of opportunities here. A lot of trade ideas. Something's gonna work out. And if it doesn't, it's low risk. Here, a buyer here. You know what? Let me see here. This moves 1.5. So a nice little squeeze here going on. It's got dividends being paid on 227, so that might drop the stock. So I was going to be a buyer, but I'm going to put an alert. I'm gonna put an alert if it breaks out here. You know what? I'm gonna be a buyer here. So I like that action there. Keep putting 2 stop. Sorry, stop limit, and then give it a few cents here. Why? Because this right here, this if it breaks out from here, you know that gives me confirmation. And then where's my stop? My stop is if it breaks out, then just back below the 8 by a risk about 50, $60. You put also just a little trend line alert here. Still a steep trend line, but just to give me more confirmation. All right. This is nice, but I need this cup to kind of like I need this alert. I need that breakout to occur. All right. Just a few more. I like that 2-day squeeze for me in the pro. I'm gonna put an alert trend line here. I'll take a look at it at that point. Keep going. Everything's pinning in the 21. Keep going. Red bar, don't like it. Below 21, keep going. A few more, 5 or 6 more. Don't like it. Ooh, this is nice. But again, these are all ETF and S&P. These are all letting me know. Oh, yeah, I got to study on. Yeah, because it's within 1% of the 21. The spider. So let's look at the market real quick. Again, I got a 2-day squeeze in the market. So the market's coming 2-day squeeze. So if this will be a stock, I will have an alert right there. Why? Because it'll be above this level, above this level, and above the price, and then it's gonna give me this gap fill over here. Let me also do a couple of trend lines. It tells me when the market is kind of like going back higher again. All right. This one, it's below it. I mean, it's gotta kind of break above here for me to be interested. Just let me get an alert, just to kind of give me information back on the market. Okay. Nah, too choppy. This is not bad. This is not bad. But again, it's an ETF. Okay, EG. Nah. And last but not least, this is way. I got resistance here. We looked at this already. All right, so that's it, guys. I went through every single stock and then some on the watch list. I hope that kind of gave you some idea on how to kind of do this at least minimum once a week on the weekend. Take time and go through that so you can have trade ideas and alerts for the week to kind of give you at least 1 or 2 potential profitable trades every week. If you do that week in, week out, you're going to be a very profitable, successful trader. But you got to put the work in. So you've seen everything. Am I holding anything back? What I'm doing, what positions I'm holding, why I'm holding them. At the beginning of the video, we covered all that. We covered my XSP strategy. Where my levels at. I'm looking at. I'm somewhere in the 390s. 394, 390 something. I got this level here to support me, this level here to support me. This is where I'm at in the 97, 94 levels. So it's got a long way to go for me to be in trouble here. And if it does, hey, listen, I got management. Tools I can use to kind of mitigate any potential losses on that. So this is where we're at in the market. Please trade well. Don't chase. Take low risk entries that you identify as if this then that approach. If you have any questions, please, I'm here. I'm always here. I would love nothing to help you guys become extremely profitable traders and be very successful and make a lot of money in the market and learn how to grow in the market and become a better trader every day, week in, week out. Put the work in.